I'm here today with this QQH portable monitor. I've always wanted to try one of these things out, and they're getting pretty affordable now, so I thought I would. So before we unbox it, let's go over the pros and cons. This thing is really lightweight. The box is way heavier than the actual screen. It does have a matte IPS screen. It's got pretty good color reproduction, compatible with a bunch of devices like consoles, laptops. We're going to show it here on the laptop. Phones. The speakers on it aren't the best, but that's to be expected. The brightness on it is probably not going to be great for direct sunlight or even a lot of reflected sunlight. It doesn't have a battery, so you have to power it externally. In the case of my laptop, the USB-C port powered it fine, but if you're doing it on some other device, then but it does come with a little wall wart for the USB, so if you're going to like an internet cafe or something, maybe you could figure something out. And durability, I don't know how you're going to store this, but it's not the best made, but it's also not the worst made. So if you're gentle with it and just not like throwing it in a backpack, I think it's going to hold up. I think this would be great for people that are traveling. My wife and I are interested in doing a train trip later this year, and this might be nice for me to take along on the train to give me a second monitor when I'm like editing video or whatever. Could be pretty cool, or if you just need a second screen anywhere for temporary uses, this would be pretty great. Now, I have had this open, obviously, because I've tested it. So you're not seeing the original packaging and everything. I just realized that the case is magnetic. It does come with HDMI mini to HDMI because it has an HDMI mini port, or you can do USB-C. It comes with that. As I said, it has the little, USB wall wart there, and then a USB-A to USB-C cable. So let's go and get that out of the way real fast. It comes with this nice little case. This case doubles as a stand because of the way the magnet folds. Here on the back, you can see you've got a headphone jack, which is really nice. Get your power button, the menu buttons. It's got a full menu that you would expect on any monitor. You have your HDMI mini there, and then you have two USB-C ports, which either will work for the display, I believe, and either will work for powering it if you can't get power over USB-C from your device. And we're just going to go ahead and do this in real time. I'll go ahead and plug into my USB-C port over here. The HDMI mini from it to the HDMI on my laptop. Now, that is the one downside here. Like if this thing had a battery, then if this thing had a battery, that would not be an issue. But since it doesn't, let me find my HDMI port here. Now it detects right away and comes right up. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let me make sure you guys can see well. A little glare there. Okay, there we go. So you can see what I mean. There's a bit of glare from the light. I'm getting much more glare from the position I'm at. So it's definitely something where you're going to want to be mindful of where you're placing it. But let's go ahead and identify the monitors so I know which is which. Okay, it's still set up from last time. So my computer did remember where I put it and what side I put it on, which is very nice. So let's just go into YouTube here and we'll pull up one of my videos so we don't get a copyright strike or anything. I just put a video up, so we'll go ahead and grab that one. Go ahead and view on YouTube. And we'll move it over here. And then you see it's not the loudest thing in the world. Let me see if I can get you a better angle here. Oh, it's a little bit better. But you can see, it works fine. You can move your monitor around. It's pretty responsive. And yeah, for what it is, it's pretty great. Let me go ahead and mute myself here. Leave that video playing. And you're not going to get like a top tier gaming monitor when you buy something like this, right? So it is what it is, but I'm more than happy with it. You do have a few configurations you can do there with the stand, which is pretty cool. And, it tells you the configurations here. So you do need to do, if I wanted to do the USB-C to C for my laptop, I would have to use that wall wart to power it. So keep that in mind, the USB-A to C. If you had a bigger battery bank, you might be able to pull that off. One that has like power delivery or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Again, with the phone, that's why I wasn't getting it to work on my phone. You have to power it to the wall. You have to power it to the wall for the HDMI, and also for iOS devices, you need to do a couple of little jumps there. So keep that in mind. You will need to plug this thing in. In my case, I can pull the USB-C power off the laptop, so you just need the 2 cables, but then that's requiring you to have the HDMI out on whatever laptop you're using. If you're using like a MacBook, they don't have that, so you would have to get that USB-C to HDMI adapter and then do that, and then USB-C to USB-C. So if you're just using a MacBook and you wanted to use any other USB-C accessory, you couldn't while you were using the screen because you only get the 2 ports on most of them. So you need a hub or something, and then I don't know how well that would work with the power delivery and everything. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, I am very happy with this thing. I'm definitely going to find uses for it. I'm actually thinking of building a cyber deck, and this might make a really great screen in that cyber deck if I have a way to power it with the USB-C, which I think I will, because I could just put a big like Anker power pack or battery bank or whatever in there, or I may even just do something with like a LiFePO 4 cell where I do an inverter or whatever. But that's a different video. So yeah, do I recommend this thing? I mean, if you think you're going to use it and you're fine with the limitations of the power, absolutely. I really like this thing. Even with the shipping plastic down, like it was plenty usable, but you do get a lot more glare that way. But yeah, it's pretty good. Thanks for stopping by. I'll have links to this in the sticky comment, and I will see you in the next video.